Bhaktivedanta Vidyapit Govardhan Eco Village 2016 to present. Conducted online and offline Bhakti Shastri and Bhakti Vaibhav courses for diverse students groups. Design curriculum and lessons plans to facilitate comprehensive learning of scriptures and philosophy, and mentor students through personalized guidance and spiritual discussion oversaw academic progress and spiritual growth, ensuring high satisfaction rates among the students. And teaching Bhakti Vaibhav at Mayapur Institute of Higher Education, mentoring diverse group of students. His ISKCON services are like this. Radha Gopinath Temple and Govardhan Eco Village from 2002 to till present. He promoted ISKCON teaching through impactful book distribution initiatives, supervised temple construction projects to align with organizational standards, managed deity worship coordination, maintaining high standards of devotional practices, engaged with youth congregation members through outreach programs, fostering community development, conducted offline Bhakti Shastri courses at ISKCON Khargar Radha Madan Mohan Temple. His spiritual skills are spiritual education and curriculum development, student mentorship and training, leadership and organizational management, communication and interpersonal skills, time management, and multitasking. He speaks 7 languages: English, Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam, Marathi, Gujarati, and Telugu. So, we are so fortunate to have his Hari Gopal Das Prabhu, and he's a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Swami from Kerala. He's from Kerala. Sorry, Tamil. His mother tongue is Tamil. So I welcome you, Prabhuji, and we can just welcome Prabhuji by our traditional way, chanting 3 times Haribol. Haribol.
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Haribol.
So,
Welcome,
Thank you.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sham Rasika Mataji and the team for giving me an opportunity to serve all of you since we are approaching tomorrow Ram Navami, one of the important festivals of all the devotees of Lord Krishna. So it will be good meditation before the Lord appears. The devotees have to meditate on the glories of Lord Ram so that they are in a position to receive the Lord. So I am very grateful for giving me an opportunity. So we begin with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादा सहगणा ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश नमो विष्णु पदाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. So this morning we are discussing from Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto number 9, chapter number 11. Mata, you can put that verse on the
Yeah,
screen, possible?
screen. Oh, okay.
9.11.23, I think.
Yes, Prabhu. You want me to share the screen for you?
Yeah,
Okay.
everyone can then
I put
go
it
through
on the
that
group. Yeah, on the group, WhatsApp group. But I will
verse.
put on.
It's
Yes,
about Lord Ram.
yes, yes. I will share that. This
Whatever,
is
whatever way everyone can see. I have my book with me. I am okay anyways. If it's possible, you can put on the screen. Everyone can see. Otherwise, if you feel difficult, then I can just read also
you are
from
the
my book.
host, Prabhuji. If you want to do,
Screen sharing.
yeah.
Mhm. But you have put it on the WhatsApp, na? Everyone is
Yes,
able to
yes,
see.
yes. Yeah, everyone
Okay.
can see on the WhatsApp. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll discuss. So I will read the shloka. If anybody wants, they can repeat after me. Hmm? पुरुषो रामचरितम्
पुरुषो रामचरितम्
श्रवणैरुपधारयन्
रमणी उपधारयन्
आनृशांस्या परो राजन्
भद्रश आनृशं शपरो राजन्
कर्मबन्धैर्विमुच्यते.
कर्मबन्धैर्विमुच्यते.
Hmm. Anyone else can recite? पुरुषो रामचरितम्
पुरुषो रामचरितम्
श्रवणैरुपधारयन्
श्रवणे उपधारयन्
आनृशांस्या परो राजन्
Can you repeat it, Prabhuji?
आनृशांस्या परो राजन्
Andasham Paro Rajan
कर्मबन्धैर्विमुच्यते.
Karma Bandhera Mushchate.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charnarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: O King Parikshit, anyone who orally receives the narrations concerning the characteristics of Lord Ramachandra's pastimes will ultimately be freed from the disease of envy and thus be liberated from the bondage of fruitive activities. Purport: here in this material world, everyone is envious of someone else. Even in religious life, it is sometimes found that if one devotee has advanced in spiritual activities, other devotees are envious of him. Such envious devotees are not completely freed from the bondage of birth and death. As long as one is not completely free from the cause of birth and death, one cannot enter Sanatam Dhama, eternal pastimes of the Lord. One becomes envious because of being influenced by the designations of the body. But the liberated devotee has nothing to do with the body and therefore is completely on the transcendental platform. A devotee is never envious of anyone, even his enemy, because the devotee knows that Lord is his supreme protector. He thinks, what harm can the so called enemy do? Thus, a devotee is confident about his protection. Lord says, Ye yathamam prapadyante tams tataiva bhajamyaham. According to the proportion of one's surrender unto me, I respond accordingly. A devotee must therefore be completely free from envy, especially of other devotees. To envy a devotee is a great offense, Vaishnava Aparad. A devotee who constantly engages in hearing and chanting, Shravan Kirtan, is certainly freed from the disease of envy and thus he becomes eligible to go back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna. So, in this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, ninth canto, where in Bhagavatam only two or three chapters are there, which speaks about Lord Ramachandra. Sukhdev Goswami is speaking in nutshell about the pastimes of Lord Chandra. But in Ramayana, as we see, Ramachandra, the pastimes of Lord Ramchandra is elaborated in great detail. But the Bhagavatam tells that if we meditate on Lord Ram, if we discuss on Lord Ram, then what will be the fruit? We will become free from the disease of envy. Purusho Ramacharitam Shravanair Upadharayan. Shravanai is the process of hearing. If we hear about Lord Ramachandra, then Andra Shamshya Paraha. Andra. Andra means envy. Andra Shamshya Paraha means to become free from envy. And Karma Bandhair Vimuchyate. One will become free from the bondage of fruitive activities. All of us, we are bound in this material world because of the false ego. And one aspect of false ego is envy. Hmm? Like NV. In shortcut, if we have to write N and V, NV, which means no vacancy in the spiritual world. As long as we have harbor envy in our heart, there is very little or no chances that we can enter into the transcendental kingdom of the Lord. So therefore, devotee has to completely absorb himself in regularly taking the medicine of hearing and chanting the holy names of the Lord, which will help him to become free from the disease of envy, get purified, and he can go back home. Hmm? So today we'll discuss from the first kanda of Ramayana, which is known as Bala Kanda. As we know, Ramayana has different kandas, or you can call it like different parts or different section. So one amongst that, the starting one is known as Bala Kanda. Bala Kanda means the activities of the Lord that he did during the childhood. But before the birth of the Lord, there is some section. So we'll see how much ever time we have, half an hour or 1 hour till Indian Standard Time, I think like 4:45, 5:45 IST. So we'll discuss till then. So this Ramayana very beautifully begins with the meeting of Valmiki Muni and the spiritual master Narad Muni. So it is explained that one time both of them met, and Valmiki Muni, in all humility and without having any preconceived notions, he asked a question to his spiritual master Narad Muni. He asked, "My dear Guru Narad Muni, I want to know who is the hero." This one line he asked to his spiritual master, "Who is the hero?" So immediately Narad Muni was like thinking, kind of, he needed more elaboration. Sometimes somebody asks questions, but that one statement does not really uh, give the proper clarity to the speaker what exactly he wants to know. So the speaker may tell that, please elaborate. So here Narad Muni also kind of non-verbal communication. He did not speak out, but he kind of through his gesture, face expression, kind of elaborate more. So Valmiki Rishi asked that amongst all the people who are there in this world, I want to know that who is the person who has all the good qualities, all the good virtues. He is grateful, he is powerful, he is truthful, he is determined, he is compassionate. So, who is that person who displays all exemplary qualities? So, I want to know about such a person. Is there any person at this point of time who has this good qualities? So, like that, Valmiki Rishi asked Narad Muni. And as soon as Valmiki Rishi asked Narad Muni, and Narad Muni immediately went into a trance. He couldn't speak for some time. Why? Is it that Narad Muni was thinking, oh, who is the person with all the good qualities? Who is a hero? No. As soon as Narad Muni got an opportunity to contemplate, to remember about the glorious Supreme Lord, Lord Ramachandra, that immediately took him into a trance. Like we hear about pure devotee exhibiting all the symptoms of love of God, the symptoms of prema, in which the hairs on the body stands on end, the tears fall from the eyes, the voice is shivering. So, like that, lot of symptoms are mentioned of someone who is a great soul, who has advanced to a highest degree in Krishna consciousness. And Narad Muni is at that level. So, therefore, Narad Muni went into a trance. Narad Muni went into a state of ecstasy. So, he couldn't immediately speak, but it took some time for him to again come back on track, to get back his lost composure. And then he pondered on the question, and then he began to speak about who an actual hero is. And then, in answer to the question, Narad Muni spoke the entire Ramayana to his disciple Valmiki Rishi. Hmm? So, therefore, it is very important because Valmiki Rishi asked, who is an actual hero? Whom should I worship? Hmm? So, many times in this world, if we see, this hero worship or fan following is very much common between all living beings. Everyone wants to worship someone as their hero, as their role model, hmm? in whichever part of the world. The people may vary depending upon that place, locality. In India, some cricketer will be worshipped as a hero, or some Bollywood person will be worshipped as a hero. In the West, some Hollywood superstar or some political person or some musician will be worshipped as a hero. So, this desire, strong desire to worship someone as a hero, as my role model, is there present within all of us. But the problem is, we really don't know whom do we worship, who is actually meant to be a hero. Therefore, Valmiki's question here is very pertinent, that someone with a physical beauty cannot be worshipped as a hero. Someone who is very expert in speaking cannot be worshipped as a hero. Someone who is very famous cannot be worshipped as a hero. From the spiritual perspective, it is very much taught that someone who has a very wonderful character, someone who exhibits all the wonderful qualities. Here about Lord Ram, Narad Muni in the entire episode speaks about 24 qualities of Lord Ram. So, therefore, anyone who has all these 24 qualities, who has who is a man of character, actually that person can be worshipped as a hero. Just based on externals, we cannot worship anyone as a hero. So that is very important lesson we get to learn at the very outset of the Srimad Ramayan, wherein Narad Muni, through Valmiki Rishi, is teaching the entire world regarding who is the real hero. And Narad Muni spoke the entire Ramayan to Valmiki Rishi, and Narad Muni left from that place. So, after Narad Muni left, Valmiki Rishi, along with all his other disciples, Valmiki Rishi also had many disciples with him. So, he went with one of his disciple, whose name is Bharadwaj Rishi, to take bath. As we know, like three times, anyone who is second initiated During morning, afternoon, and evening, they take bath and they chant the Gayatri prayers. So, in order to take bath, purify himself, and chant the Gayatri prayers, both Valmiki Rishi and his disciple Bharadwaj Rishi, both of them go to a nearby water body there, and both of them they observe the beautiful, pristine, pure, clean water, and immediately a thought comes into the mind of both of them, Bharadwaj Rishi and Valmiki Rishi. They said that this river, clean river, represents mind of devotees. Devotees' mind is very pure, very clean, uncontaminated with any kind of dirt. Like this water. Water is always cool. It was very cold water. So devotee also within, he is very calm. And the water also very deep inside, like ocean water, if you see, goes very deep. So similarly, devotee also has a depth of Krishna consciousness. So, like that, looking at that water in the nearby lake, they started having these thoughts. So, therefore, we see that through nature, so many things we can learn. If someone has received knowledge from Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra, then the same knowledge we can strengthen the knowledge which we receive from Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra by observing different events, meeting different people, going to different places. The same teachings will be strengthened by observing. Like this is an ordinary water body. Everyone is observing water body, but do everyone get wisdom? Do they churn out wisdom? So observing water body, you churn out wisdom, which you learned from the guru. Like they compared. You observe mountain, you learn something. Like you observe tree. So immediately when we look at a tree, what do we learn? Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishuna. One should be more tolerant than a tree. So again, through nature, tree, we learn the quality of tolerance. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself teaches. So this is the way of learning through different people, through and through different things that we observe throughout in the universe, in the nature. And at that time, when Valmiki Rishi saw the beauty around the river body, at that time he saw these two crowns of birds, the birds who look like a crane. They were mating with each other, the male bird and the female bird. They were uniting, and that time one hunter somewhere from a far distance he shot an arrow, and the arrow soon came with a great speed and it hit one of the two. uh, the male person was hit and the female started crying very badly. And that time Valmiki Rishi is observing along with his disciple Bharadwaj Rishi. And he was very much pained because at that time when both of them were mating, this cruel hunter killed one of the couple. And immediately, as we know, the quality of a devotee is para dukha dukhi. A devotee becomes pained to see the suffering of others. Others' suffering make him suffer, others' happiness make him happy. That is the quality of a devotee. So immediately he became very much disheartened at heart looking at the pain and immediately pronounced a curse at that hunter. Let inauspicious fall upon you. I curse you that inauspicious will fall upon you. And immediately after that curse, Valmiki Rishi was regretting. Oh, how could I give up to anger? How did I not restrain my sense? How could I become angry? This is not fair. This does not befit me. This anger is not a good quality. It is not a virtuous quality. Why did I fall to anger? Many times it happens. Sometimes we do something wrong, and after some time we start regretting. We start lamenting. Oh, why I did this? Why was I angry? Why was I greedy? Why was I lusty? And then we think, oh, next time I will control myself. Like that, we think. So here also he became very much disheartened. But after some time, he also became happy. Why? Because the curse which which came out of his mouth, that came in a form of a verse, like a Sanskrit verse, like we recited just now. So this curse also came in a form of a verse, in a perfect poetry, and he was surprised. How could I pronounce a curse in a very perfect poetical meter? And he was very much surprised that something beyond me has made this to do. Otherwise, it is not possible. So at that time, the grandfather of the universe, Brahmaji, he arrived at that point of time. And suddenly, Valmiki Rishi saw Brahmaji arriving there, because it is not ordinary even for the demigods to meet Brahmaji. He is always busy with many things, and uh, ordinary people cannot meet Brahmaji. Like we see how Hiranyakashipu did tapasya thousands of years in order to call on for Brahmaji. Then Brahmaji came and gave him the benediction. So Valmiki Rishi is thinking, I never did any tapasya like Hiranyakashipu or many other great sages or demons to invite Brahmaji. Out of his own accord, Brahmaji has come to my house. It is my great good fortune to receive the father of the universe, the topmost person, Brahmaji. And he was so much overjoyed, in ecstasy. He was so happy to meet Brahmaji. At that time, Brahmaji came, and as it is said, Vedic culture is all about hospitality, guest reception, the way you treat the guest. Therefore, it is known as Atithi Devo Bhavah. Tithi means time. Atithi means someone who comes to your house without informing. Atithi Devo Bhava, which means when a guest comes without informing, it is as good as we should receive that person in a way that we would receive the Supreme Lord Himself, non different from the Lord. So that was the Vedic culture. To whatever degree we are able to follow today, that's a different thing. But then, guest reception, hospitality was a very important, integral part of Vedic culture. So, Valmiki Rishi, in a very wonderful way, invited Brahmaji, washed his feet, made him sit comfortable, gave him all kinds of food and juices to drink, and then the discussion started. That, my dear great grandfather of this universe, what is the purpose of your visit? It is so rare that great souls like you visit us. The whole world is waiting for you, but it's very rare that you have come to me. And then Brahmaji said that, my dear Valmiki Rishi, the curse that came out of your mouth in the form of a poetry is nothing, because of my desire only it happened. So don't feel guilty, don't feel bad. It is because of my desire that curse came out of your mouth. So, what I want you to do is, in the future, I want you to compose the entire Ramayana in the same meter as you pronounce that curse to that hunter who shot the bird. So, in that same meter, I want you to pronounce. the Ramayana. And then Brahmaji left. He said, I bless you. Begin your service as soon as possible. And Valmiki Rishi was shocked. Me? Me writing on Ramayana? Such a great honor, such a great service. Who am I to get an opportunity to write on Ramayana? What is my qualification? Why this great fortune? How come this great service I have received? It is a great fortune to get seva. Brahmaji has given me a seva. Am I qualified to render this seva? What is my qualification? And he went into great ecstasy. At the same time, he was also thinking, contemplating how this fortune fell upon me. So, one reason while he was contemplating, one conclusion that he came to, because the wife of Lord Ram, Mother Sita, was given shelter in my ashram. So, we know Mother Sita, when she was banished, she was staying in the cottage of Valmiki Rishi. There only she delivered Lava and Kusha, the two sons. So he was thinking, because I gave shelter to the dear consort of Lord Ram, Mother Sita, only because of that, I think that I have received her blessings so that I am able to get this seva to Lord Ram. That is one thing he came to conclusion. And then Valmiki Rishi began to go little before in his life, kind of looking back. Hmm? So, looking back, who was this Valmiki Rishi? He was a great violent hunter. His name was Ratnakar, and he was every day killing so many animals. And one day, Narad Muni saw that he is killing so many animals. And Narad Muni came and asked him, Hey Ratnakar, do you know what you are doing? He said, No, I don't know. He said, You are killing so many animals for what? Valmiki said, at that time, Ratnakar. Ratnakar told, My dear Narad Muni, you know, I have a family to take care. I have my children to take care. So many relatives are dependent upon me. So, in order to maintain all of them, I am killing all these things. So, Narad Muni said that that is okay, but because you are doing this sinful act of killing, do you know how much karma, negative sinful reactions you are going to acquire? Go and ask your family, are they willing to share all the karma that is going to fall upon your head because of this? He said, Okay, I'll go and ask my family. So he went back and he asked the family that because I want to maintain all of you, therefore I am every day killing animals. But today Narad Muni told me to ask you all an important question. Can you all share the sinful reactions with me? All the family members said, No, 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 no. Wife said, My dear husband, I cannot share. It is your responsibility to take care of the family. You are the breadwinner. So you manage your reactions. The sons, daughters, no family members, they shared. So at that time, immediately, Ratnakar's eyes opened. He came the next day and fall at the feet of Narad Muni. And he told, My dear Narad Muni, please help me. I went and I asked, but no one is ready to share. Everyone is ready to share the money which I bring back home, but no one is ready to share the suffering, as you said, which will come upon me. So at that time, immediately Narad Muni told, Therefore, I told you, my dear Ratnakar, you throw off this bow and arrow and you chant the holy names of the Lord. So that day onwards, Ratnakar tried to chant the holy names of the Lord, Rama, but he couldn't chant. He said, I'm unable to chant because he had committed a lot of sinful activities. It was not easy for him to call out the names of the Lord. So Narad Muni, as an expert preacher, told him to chant opposite. Okay, you chant Ma Ra, Ma Ra, Ma Ra. He said, okay. I can chant that. So he chanted Ma Ra, Ma Ra, Ma Ra. So in this way, Ma Ra became Ram. So directly or indirectly, by the mercy of Narad Muni, this sinful Ratnakar was continuously chanting the names of Lord Ram, Ma Ram, Ma Ram, Ma Ram, like that. So days passed, months passed, years passed, but his chanting continued. And after a few years, when Narad Muni came, he saw there was a big ant hill, a kind of a big mountain that was there. This Ratnakar was not to be seen, but the sound of the holy name was continuously coming from that ant hill. And Narad Muni came and he took the water from his pot and he sprinkled. The entire ant hill collapsed, and he saw that Valmiki Rishi was constantly, Ratnakar was constantly chanting Lord Ram's name. Narad Muni became very happy to see what instruction I had given to my disciple years before. He has taken it to his heart and soul. That is the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. So the Guru will give the holy name, but it depends upon us how much we are intensely taking shelter of the holy name. Like in this case, we see Narad Muni gave the process. Like Srila Prabhupada often said, everyone used to come and tell, Prabhupada, save me, save me. Prabhupada said, I cannot save you, but I can show you the way. I can give you a process by which you can save yourself. So, in this way, we see how Narad Muni came and gave this process, and Valmiki took it up to his heart and soul. And therefore, that day, Narad Muni initiated Ratnakar and gave him the new name Valmiki. The name of Valmiki means the sage who emerged from an ant hill. Valmiki means that ant hill, from that the sage came. So, again, coming back to the main story, when Brahmaji came, and at that time Valmiki Rishi was thinking, what could be the reason that I received the mercy to write about Lord Ramachandra? So the first reason he concluded was because I gave shelter to Mother Sita. And the second reason he concluded was because I chanted the holy names of Lord Ram. I took the holy name as my heart and soul. Therefore, I have been blessed to get this opportunity to chant, to write the narration of Ramayana. So that's how the narration of Ramayana begins, which Valmiki Rishi began to write. But after that, he was thinking, okay, I have written the Ramayana composing of 24,000 verses, and total there are 640 chapters in this entire composition of Ramayana. So, who can spread this Ramayana? Who is the right candidate who can spread this Ramayana? And he was thinking that the best way to spread it is through music, because the verses are more written in a musical composition. It will be easy to recite. So he wanted music to popularize this Ramayana. So at that time he saw two sons of Sita, Lava and Kush. Both of them were going nearby. He thought, my God, who can be the best candidate to spread Ramayana other than the very sons of Lord Ram? They are well behaved, their character is spotless, they are gentle, simple, humble. At the same time, their musical skills, their musical ability is also extraordinary. So therefore, I don't find any good candidate to spread Ramayana other than Lava and Kush. So he went, he taught them the entire Ramayana, and he blessed them that your service is to go everywhere and you spread this teachings of Ramayana far and wide. So everywhere Love and Kush started going all around to recite this Ramayana everywhere. And Lord Ram started hearing that there are these two boys, Love and Kush. Lord Ram didn't knew, at least in this pastime, it is explained like that. Although we know from the spiritual platform that Lord is aware of everything, but here it is mentioned that Lord Ram did not know who these two sons are. He did not know that these two sons are his own sons, this Lava and Kusha. But he heard that they are narrating about Ramayana very beautifully. So Lord Ram requested his ministers that please can you call these two boys to come to our court palace and also narrate about Ramayana. So one day the two boys they came to the palace of Lord Ram and everyone was sitting and they started reciting the Ramayana. And Lord Ram was sitting on a huge golden throne way above. And all the ministers and all the people, they're all sitting down. And in between, there are these 18 steps to reach to the throne where Lord is sitting and hearing. And as soon as the narration began, Lord Ram was in so much ecstasy hearing that. But he felt that all the people below they were relishing it more. Why? Because they were all sitting together and everyone was clapping each other's hand. They were patting on each other's back, and in that way, like when some pleasure is there, you can't enjoy it alone. Huh? You like to always share with one, two, three, or four of your close ones. So people, Roland Ram was thinking that here I am way at the top. Hmm? It's like he was physically alone, lonely at the top. Lord Ram was feeling. And he was thinking that everyone is having a great pleasure sitting below and hearing, whereas I am not that fortunate. But he thought that he can come down, but all of a sudden he starts walking down and sitting with ordinary people, but they have a lot of awe and reverence towards Lord Ram. They can never allow it to happen if he directly starts walking down and sitting. So gradually, one step down, without making any noise, he came, he sat in the public without being noticed. And with everyone, he is also clapping hands, patting on the back. So we see how even Lord Ram himself is attracted to his own glories and he wants to hear about his glories more and more. Hmm? So that's how the narration is there. And then what Love and Kush begin to narrate in the as the beginning pastime of Lord Ram, that begins with the episode of Ayodhya. That's where it begins, wherein it is explained about the capital city of Ayodhya. Ayodhya means a city which is very difficult to conquer, a city which is unconquerable. That is what Ayodhya means. That city which cannot be conquered by anyone, because the way Dashrath Maharaj had made that city, there were no external enemies, there were no internal enemies. Neither external enemies could penetrate, nor internal enemies could penetrate. So we see external enemies could not penetrate because the security systems there were very strong. The internal enemies, lust, anger, greed, could not penetrate because as a king, he had made the spiritual practices of himself very strong and ensured that all the people, the citizens, also had strong spiritual practice. Because whatever the leader does, the followers will follow. If the leader has a strong culture of hearing and chanting, a strong culture of spiritual practice, and he sets the right example, then the followers will also get inspired from the leader and they also will have a strong spiritual practice. So, here, because of the strong spiritual practice, it is explained how in Ayodhya, everywhere there was no attack of internal enemies, lust, greed, pride, anger, envy, and illusion. And due to the strong security systems, external enemies also could not attack. And the beautiful description of the city of Ayodhya is being mentioned of how everywhere there were beautiful gardens, how there were marbles, there were all these pillars made of very valuable gems like rubies, sapphires, diamonds, and all. So the kind of opulence of Ayodhya is described in many verses by Valmiki Rishi is really amazing. But although he had everything, but still he was dissatisfied. Why? Because he did not have a son. So therefore, that was the cause of his great dissatisfaction. Everything was there, but hmm, that's how the nature of this material world is. You have this, you have that, you have that, but but means there is something which is not going on properly, which is a cause of anxiety. So therefore, but one thing he had, Dashrath Maharaj, was that he had the counseling of wonderful ministers. So Dashrath Maharaj always had the fortune of good counseling. Therefore, he always consulted his ministers who were like his brains. So therefore, the eight ministers whom Dashrath Maharaj always used to seek guidance was Drishti, Jayanta, Vijaya, Suraksha, Rashtravardhana, Akopa, Dharmapala, and Sumantra. So all these eight ministers were always guiding Dashrath Maharaj what to do next, how to go forward. So when Dashrath Maharaj also spoke about his problem that I don't have a son, please guide me, my ministers, what should I do? So they said, okay, one thing you can do, you can organize the Ashwamedha Yajna to please the Supreme Lord. When the Lord comes, then through the blessings of the Lord, you will get a child. But that yajna has to be performed by a great saint. His name is Rishaya Shinga. So this Rishaya Shringi means he's a rishi, but he has a horn on his head, like that. So previously also, when Dashrath Maharaj's dear friend Anga Maharaj, in his kingdom, there was drought for a long time. There was rains were not coming. So that time they suggested that if this great soul, Rishaya Shinga, comes to your property, as soon as his feet touches your land, rains will start coming. But the problem is he never travels anywhere outside his house. So therefore, it's a long story how Rishaya Shinga, through enticement, of woman, he was eventually brought to the kingdom of Anga Maharaj, and rain started coming. So the 8th minister of Dashrath Maharaj told that you please tell Anga Maharaj to send Rishaya Shinga to perform the yajna. And another relationship with Dashrath Maharaj had with Rishaya Shinga is Dashrath Maharaj had a daughter. Her name was Shanta. And that daughter was given to Anga Maharaj. So Anga Maharaj married that Shanta to Rishaya Shinga. So in one sense, Rishaya Shinga is son-in-law of Dashrath Maharaj, because Dashrath Maharaj's daughter was given under the care of Anga Maharaj, with the condition that after my daughter gets married to someone, the grandson born should be given to me, because I am not getting any son. I have this one daughter. So you please give me the grandson. So Anga Maharaj agreed. That's how he gave the daughter, and the daughter got married to Rishya Shinga. And if the Rishya Shinga performs the yajna, then it will be wonderful. So Rishya Shinga comes, they perform the yajna, and out of the yajna, the sweet rice, Putra Kameshti yajna. And from the yajna, the sweet rice comes, and the sweet rice is divided through his three wives. One is Kaushalya, one is Sumitra, and one is Kaikeyi. So Dashrath Maharaj divides the sweet rice 50%, 50 and 50%. So the first 50% he gives it to his senior most queen, that is Kaushalya. And the remaining 50% he makes into two half, 25% and 25%. So the first 25% he gives to Sumitra. Another 25% is remaining for Kaikeyi. Again, that last 25% he divides it into another half, 12.5%, 12.5%. So one part he gives to Kaikeyi, and another 12.5% which was remaining, he gives a second serving to his eldest wife, who already received 50%. So she gets two pots of sweet rice, and all the queens they eat the sweet rice that was given. And from Kaushalya, Lord Ramachandra is born. And from Sumitra, Lakshman is born. And from Kaikeyi, the birth of Bharat and Shatrughna. Hmm? So, so from Kaushalya, Lord Ram is born. From Sumitra, Lakshman and Shatrughna is born. From Kaikeyi, Bharat is born. Hmm? That's how the appearance of the beautiful Lord Ram along with his brothers takes place. Hmm? So therefore it is explained Lord Ram means someone who is reservoir of all opulence. Huh? That is Lord Ram. Lakshmano Lakshmi Sampanno, who has the opulence of service to Lord Ram. That is Lakshman. Bharat means Bharavahi, one who accepted the burden of the kingdom. Therefore, he is known as Bharat. And Shatrughna means one who conquered his internal enemies, lust, anger, greed, pride, and always served as a menial servant to Bharat. So Lakshman was acting as a menial servant to Lord Ram, and Shatrughna was acting as a menial servant to Bharat. So that's how the birth of these four glorious lords take birth, and we see the entire Ramayana, very wonderful divine lessons we learn from the appearance of Lord Ram, Bharat, Lakshman, and Shatrughna. So many beautiful pastimes and beautiful lessons. Therefore, we see Lord Ram is Dharma Parayan. Hmm? Lord Krishna is Prema Parayan. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Kripa Parayan. So different incarnations of Lord Ram come to teach us different things. Lord Ram came to teach us the importance of dharma. Lord Krishna came to teach us the importance of love. Mahaprabhu came to teach us mercy. So that's how different incarnations of Lord Ram come and teach us different things. So lot can be spoken. Ramayana is unlimited, but I see on my watch that our time is limited already. I think I have exceeded the allotted time that was given to me. So I think we can stop here. Anyone has any quick questions or comments or anything to share, I'll be happy to receive. Hare Krishna. Any questions or comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you so
Vamsi
much,
will.
Prabhuji. Hari
Thank
Gopal Prabhuji, thank you so much for the wonderful class, narrating the wonderful pastimes and stories of Lord Ramchandra, whose appearance day is tomorrow.
you.
It's very nice to prepare our consciousness for the arrival of the Lord into our heart. Uh, Prabhuji, my question is how do we understand Ram Leela versus Krishna Leela? And when we worship Lord Ram and Krishna, they are the same person, but their
Yeah.
moods are different. So how
Yeah.
can we, approach both of them? Thank you. Hare Krishna.
So that's what I said. That Lord Ram, he's Dharma Parayan. From Lord Ram, we learn what it means to be an ideal son to his parents. One word, and the son is ready to follow the parents. Mother told that you have to go. Immediately, he was ready to do. So, ideal son, Lord Ram teaches. Ideal leader speaks and does things by example. As a leader, Lord Ram will do things and speak and expect others to follow. So, what an ideal leader is? Acharya, as Prabhupada said. Acharya means one who teaches by example, Prabhupada said. Huh? You cannot expect the uh, the father cannot expect the son to stop smoking if he himself is smoking. So, in the same way, a leader has to follow, like walk his talk. So, from Lord Ram, we see the beautiful quality of an ideal leader and an ideal brother. How loving relationships amongst brothers should be there, whether it is brother, whether it is God brother, or whether it is a part of one family of Srila Prabhupada or Gaudiya Vaishnava, that we can learn how wonderful, loving exchanges Lord Ram is ready to have, keeping relationships in front, in the center, not keeping any other thing. Therefore, we see in Chitrakoot, where Bharat came to meet Lord Ram, there that beautiful episode where Bharat is telling, my Lord, you come and sit on the throne. I am not going to sit on the throne. And Lord Ram is telling, no, you have to sit on the throne. Bharat is telling, no, you have to sit on the throne. Both brothers are fighting for what? No, you go and rule. I don't want opulence. Exact opposite of what we see in this world. Fighting is all about for what reason? Whether amongst blood relatives we see how much people fight tooth and nail for money, for house, for power, position. So in this world, a lot of conflict goes on for power, position, fighting amongst brothers, God brothers. In spiritual institutions also we see so many things happening. But here we see Lord Ram is giving priority. No, you rule. I'll be there in the forest doing austerity. You be in the palace. So how Lord Ram is showing the importance of relationships, huh? Ideal brother. So, as an ideal husband, when someone is causing trouble to your wife, how you should take full responsibility and give protection to your wife. So, Lord Ram, as a Dharma Parayan, is teaching all these principles. So, from Lord Ram, we can learn very wonderful principles which we need to apply in our life. Like an ideal leader, it is explained that even a dog could enter into the palace of Lord Ram and ask for justice. So one time a dog actually went to Lord Ram and said that, my dear Lord Ram, I was walking on the other side of the road without troubling anyone, and this person, he threw stone at me. This is injustice. You are the king. You should give me justice. Then Lord Ram gave proper justice to that dog. So can we imagine? Forget about giving justice to human beings. Even a dog could come and approach a leader like Lord Ram, who was available and who was ready to give justice. So, like that, very high principles to follow. But nevertheless, he came in that incarnation to teach all of us about the ideal standards. That was the incarnation of Lord Ram. Then Krishna, as I said, about the importance of love. So many times, in order to establish love, many times he had to break certain moral principles also, so-called moral principles. So therefore, incarnation of Krishna came to establish a different purpose. And Mahaprabhu, the role of kripa, magnanimity, he came, he was merciful, compassionate, and he wanted all of us also to be merciful, compassionate, to spread this knowledge. So all incarnations have different flavors, and whatever roles we play, so depending upon, we take inspiration and try to apply those principles. Is it okay?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji, thank you so much. Also, we also see that we say Ram is Maryada Purushottam,
Yeah,
Krishna is Leela Purushottam, and
yeah,
Mahaprabhu is Prem Purushottam.
same
Um,
Purush.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The Lord, does he have all these three different moods in the spiritual world also? Is there a separate planet for um, Mahaprabhu and Lord Ram? And we know
Mm.
from the story of Gopakumar that he goes to different planets, and even in Ram Lok, he's not as happy as he wants to be with Krishna. So,
Yeah.
how can we understand that? Do we just take inspiration from Lord Ram and always aspire to be with Krishna?
Yeah, because as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, our main mood which Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us to aspire for is Anarpita Charim Chirat Karunaya Avatirna Kalau Samarpaitum Unnata Ujwala Rasam. So Unnata Ujwala Rasam is uh, the Vraja damsels, the way the gopis loved Lord Krishna in the mood of conjugal lover. That mood, topmost mood of Vrindavan, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to give. Unnata Ujwala Rasam. So that's what, as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, that is our USP, that is our unique feature, which makes our line separate. Whereas Lord Ram, more like Dasyaras, like Hanuman serving Lord Ram, we see. So that mood is there. But here, a different mood altogether of loving the Lord in Vrindavan. So therefore, Vrindavan is a totally uh, different ball game altogether. We see the friends playing Sakyaras and the parents in Vatsalyaras and the gopis in Madhuryaras. So our line mainly wants to give us that. Mainly, that is the main thing. But again, having all said and done, different people will have their different moods. Even in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela, we see Murari Gupta. Mahaprabhu tried to convert, but he was attracted to Lord Ram, and Mahaprabhu was happy. So, although we say this is higher, this is lower, but in whatever mood, whatever rasa a devotee is in, he will be totally satisfied in that. So it does not matter whether someone is worshipping Lord Ram or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, we have been given this knowledge and understanding of this highest. We do that, and we see so many devotees of Lord Ram all around us also, and we also respect them, and we follow, we take inspiration, we respect, but we follow our line, and also we take inspiration from Lord Ram in whatever way is applicable for us in our life, like that.
Yes, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Another, controversial topic. Usually, people say, again, as devotees, we know that the Lord wanted a higher purpose to make sure that his citizens are okay and not spreading rumors. And because of the rumor, he sent Mother Sita away, and it is for a higher purpose. But how can we, understand that as a teaching where the pleasure potency of the Lord is sent away? Is it internally just for the love in separation?
Yeah,
And yes,
internal reason we hear that only.
yes,
Love in separation, to experience that love in separation.
yes,
Parakiya bhave jahan vraje te prachar. So in that Jai Radhe, Jai Krishna, Jai Vrindavan, Jayo Jayo Jwala Rasa Sarva Rasa Sar. Parakiya bhave jahan vraje te prachar. So love in separation is on a higher thing than love in union. So to experience that, the acharyas explain that that is the reason why he sent like that, the internal reason.
thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So if there are no other questions or comments, then I think we can conclude here. Nikunjaras Prabhu,
Hare
Shyam
Krishna.
Rasika Mataji,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so
Dandavat
much
Pranam.
for this nectarian class, and you
Thank
created the mood of Ram Navami tomorrow. So such a
you.
wonderful class, Prabhuji. And please give your association every oftenly. And I was
Sure.
waiting for if anyone has any question or comment. Geeta Mataji, you would like to speak something?
Thank you, Mataji. Very nice class, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. You're right. I didn't know about this love and separation. That is something new for me. Very nice.
Thank you.
Though in Kali-yuga, Prabhuji, it is out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you, Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vancha kalpataruyascha kripa sindhuyascha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की
जय
आचार्य श्री दास ठाकुर की जय।
जय
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। और
जय
रामायण की जय, रामनवमी
जय
की जय, दुर्गाष्टमी की जय।
जय
जय
हरे कृष्णा
हरि गोपाल प्रभु जी की जय।
जय
थैंक यू
Thank you,
सो मच
Prabhuji, for a
प्रभुजी।
Thank you,
wonderful class.
Prabhuji.
थैंक यू
Hare
प्रभु
Krishna.
हरे
Hare
कृष्णा
Krishna,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
हरे बोल
Hari Bol.
हरि
Hari
बोल।
Bol.
धन्यवाद प्रणाम।